It's a Windows issues, improv, no script, no rehearsal, no plan. Bring your Windows computer troubles for the crew to blow smoke or ideas your way. Amp up your problem solving skills with Amp up your problem solving skills.
Yeah. Good grief. What a day. Hello. When it rains, it pours. Saturday, 11 a.m., 11:01 almost, August 10th.
Ken Stout Live said not playing hooky yet.
Oh, how about that? Okay. Wasn't expecting him here. Well, I think I'm going to leave if he's here. Just kidding. Oh, I do not like updates. I do not like updates, Sam. I am. Zoom messed up with me. I've been struggling to get Zoom functional. I think it's functional. I don't know. If somebody's in chat, can't get into Zoom, let me know in chat. And I got a person that I consider a friend, might call work friend because we don't do things outside of work. Well, a couple of times. But anyway, she fell for a scam and brought her computer to me. It's here on the desk. It just got here about 20 minutes before showtime. Have not decided yet if we're going to pursue that. Ken Stout says, great trailer. Rick Lakes, good afternoon, everyone. Jeff Raymond, still morning here. Oh, you know what? I don't know if I remember this before showtime. I don't know if I got the link in the show notes when I changed the trailer about an hour and a half before showtime or hour before showtime, something like that. Let's see. I got to be prepared to mute this. Yeah, nope, that's not the right trailer. Let's see if I pull it up this way. Yeah, that's it. That's it there. If I grab that link, zoom this down a bit, share, copy that link. Let's make sure that brings it up. I'm gonna be ready to pause that. Yep, that's it. There. Now the description has the correct trailer link. Ah, good. William Dawson made it into Zoom. I'll be with you in a little bit. So I think you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up, William, if you can. No, you can't hear me. Okay, so I just unmuted my Zoom microphone. You should be able to hear me now, William. That way you can mute your YouTube. Arnold Albert, Jeff Ryman, Rick Lakes, Brian Lightfoot, Mr. and Mrs. America from border to border, coast to coast, and all the ships at sea. My wife ran away with my best friend. I sure miss him. I once almost had a psychic girlfriend, but she left me before we met. I had not pre-read those because I was busy with Zoom. Jeez. Selden Ball, Rick Lakes, ran Israel. Steve Dodd, hello. Good to see you as well. Savi Manor here. Okay, let's go say hello to Bill. Bringing you up shortly here. Let's do this button. And then I gotta go fix this thing and then go fix this thing. Doug, you got too much stuff to fix. I know. Then I've got to change it so that I can hear him. Let's see, because right now the speakers are going to my microphone so that I don't hear people in Zoom. Now, Bill, do you hear me? No reaction. Whoops. No, there. Okay, do you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now.
All right. I thought I had already unmuted my microphone. Somehow I got that back on mute. Hmm. Ay, caramba. I thought everything was just going together smoothly this morning. Then it all blew up on me. Started with the client who called describing that she'd been working with Microsoft for 5 hours trying to get her computer fixed. They
Nothing ever
uninstalled.
goes as planned.
Yeah, they uninstalled some things, and then there was something about an ISO file that she didn't understand what that's about. They rebooted her computer, and it wouldn't restart. She says now it's at a prompt that is asking her what language to use. So with that much of a clue, do you want to venture a guess at what's going on, Bill?
Reinstalling Windows or the application.
Well, it looks like they're reinstalling Windows, but do you believe it's Microsoft?
No, I think the customer had a little bit to do with it.
You think what?
I think the customer had something to do with it.
No, I think what happened is something happened on her computer. She says she knows it was Microsoft because she got the phone number from their website, and that she's spoken to 5 different techs. And now when she restarted the computer, she couldn't select English. They want her to go to a store and buy a wired mouse. But there's been nothing about money. They haven't asked her for any money yet. It just sounds like a scam to me. She thinks it was Microsoft. She's going to
Randy
send...
Earl said any of them with an Indian accept.
I don't know if they had an Indian accent.
Zvi Manor said from India.
Yeah, do not know that yet. She did take a lot of pictures during this experience, so expect to be getting those. And I'm not sure that I want to pursue anything with this computer just yet. Since there was an ISO file involved, I'm concerned that they're trying to install some kind of a rootkit. Here's the good news. There was nothing on the computer that she cares about. There's no data that she cares about. There's nothing on the computer that she thinks is at risk of a hacker being able to utilize. But I don't know, were there account credentials? So they may have already exfiltrated some information. Going back to chat. Greg M, was this Microsoft? She claims it was. Microsoft does in some level work with people, but I don't even know how that is these days. Google search and called the first number. I'm suspecting that may be what it was. So she just got right in with a scammer. But the thing that doesn't make sense is that they haven't asked her for any money. They haven't tried to sell her anything. She did say that they uninstalled McAfee, and they said something about her computer from the get-go was set up wrong from the manufacturer. So, yeah, I don't know. Dots, not feathers. I don't know what that's talking about. Now, if we turn it on, if I connect my capture device and turn it on, it sounds like it's going through the out-of-box experience. If it boots up and it actually has content from her Windows installation, then I would be very suspicious that what they've done by utilizing an ISO file is to insert some kind of a bootloader infection. I'm kind of thinking that we might do that, since I know I can wipe out whatever on the hard drive and do a fresh install. Now, if we do a fresh install, if they did some kind of a BIOS.
Ran Israel said maybe they ran sysprep.
Maybe sysprep, because they're trying to fix something that was done wrong at the beginning of the computer. Yeah, that could be. That could be. So I'm kind of thinking maybe we do start up and see where it goes. If they did some kind of a BIOS upgrade, it could update. It could have malware at the BIOS level, which means reinstalling Windows from scratch won't fix it. I'm kind of interested in getting the pictures from her. Oh, the pictures are starting to come through in text messages. Got a phone number that she was talking to, a technician by the name of Leslie. It says Microsoft Leslie. I haven't looked through this yet to see if it's safe to bring this up on screen. This is the text chat between myself and her. She's shown the phone number that they contacted her from. That implies that they called her. One from Leslie, the last one with Israel. I will send you the messages and then I will go back to website I used to contact them. I'd like to see the URL from the website where she found a phone number. They use Quick Assist to attach to her computer. I think what I'm going to do is bring this up on my computer screen so I can read them there and then one by one decide what I can show you. How often has anyone seen this kind of problem straight from the manufacturer? I'm suspicious of that statement, right? Be aware of AMD CPU's security issue. It's presented at DEF CON. There's a link for that story. I'm not going to turn off of this for that yet. All right. Now, let's see. I've got that and that. I've got methods for putting my screen onto the phone and method for showing the phone screen on my computer. I have to remember what that was. I had it pinned down here. That one. I've got it pinned on Baby Beast. Pretty sure I have it. Yeah, there it is on Big Beast. It's just not pinned. Pin it now. Let's see. Pin that. That's interesting. That says trial. Pretty sure I paid for that product. Maybe it's a trial on Big Beast and paid on Baby Beast. Yeah, there we go. Okay, there's my phone. What happens when I maximize that? All right. And I can bring that here and put it back on screen that way. Okay. All right, checking what this exposes. Exposes the Microsoft phone number, does not expose my client's phone number, does expose my client's name. I already got her permission to use this content on my channel. So let's start with this one. Here we go. Her name is Jody. That's the phone number that she's been talking to them from. If somebody wants to research that phone number, go for it. This is phone number they contacted me from twice. One from Leslie, last with Israel. I will send you the messages, and then I will go back to the website I used to contact them too. Then there's 11 photos. Whoops. Got to control the photos display on my phone. There's a new message coming in. I'm going to wait for her to finish that so that doesn't show up unexpectedly. All right. Here there's 11 photos stacked. These are the photos I took of what messages I didn't for info as they requested. I don't know. The last one I took of what message? The last, that's speech to text, a mistake somehow. The last one is what's appearing on my screen when they asked to use a mouse with USB cable because I could access it by touch. She couldn't access it. It's a touch screen. She wasn't able to maneuver through the screens by touch, and I'm assuming she didn't have a mouse at the time. Go to the phone to display the photos. Now let's see. Positioning this and zooming it a bit. Looking for personal information. Okay. So Leslie says, I see. Thank you. Wonderful. We will use quick assist. I don't know what was before that. This is the beginning of this photo. Wonderful. We will use quick assist to establish remote section. And Leslie then says, not a problem. Quick Assist is a Microsoft app that provides remote assistance access to customers' computer to resolve system-related issues. This will allow us to view your computer for troubleshooting. At any point, if you feel uncomfortable, you can end the remote session by selecting the X button. Once we've started our session, I will have the ability to view your desk. Let me get over there. Ability to view your desktop. Please close any windows that may contain sensitive data before sharing your screen. Minimize or close documents and applications unrelated to this service. I ask that you remain present and engaged while I have control, as I will need to terminate the session if you move away. Please take a moment to review the terms of use from this page, aka.ms/L-help. That sounds like a legitimate Microsoft address. Let's go have a look at that.
Ken Stout Live said Hooky is calling bye.
Bye, Ken. Have a good time. Okay, so this is a help screen about Microsoft. So if this is a scammer, this is just a technique to make them seem legit. So that doesn't serve any purpose of validating who they are. Now kindly press Control Windows key Q simultaneously to launch Quick Assist. You'll be routed to enter a code. Please enter this code. Click Connect. There will be prompts on your screen. Please accept all those so we can successfully establish our remote session. Nothing in there nails them as being a scammer or being Microsoft. Arranging the next
Official Tim Tech said,
screenshot.
hello Doug, nice to be with you again, bud.
Hello, Tim. So here's something that appeared on her screen. It might have been from that link that we just saw. If you've given scammers to your access to your device, consider resetting it, run a full scan, yada, yada, yada. We don't care about that. That's looks like that's from that link that they gave her. Okay, here's next from the text conversation. Awesome, by the way, if you want to protect your digital life from malicious digital threats, for example, viruses, malware, and spyware, I highly recommend downloading the Microsoft Defender app, which uses trusted technology to scan and analyze threats before they happen. Visit Microsoft Defender, learn more to learn the benefits of Microsoft Defender. Well, Microsoft Defender is already on the Windows 11 computer, right? Is this just, does this nail them as a scammer? Why would Microsoft be saying that? Also, I'll send you the summary of your case today as well as helpful links related to your issue as your reference. I will now end the remote session so you can have your privacy back. So apparently some stuff happened already. Your feedback is important to us. Please stay in this chat window to tell us about your experience. And we have a time there, 6:38 p.m. I'll assume that was last night. Oh, this wasn't that text that I just read to you. Oh, it's not text. This is from the chat on the website. I'm saying that because here's the taskbar at the bottom. This was a photo taken of an online chat, not from a cell phone. 6:39 p.m. last night. And is this the laptop in question? Could be. Okay, here's the next photo she gives me. It's showing Windows 11 23H2 and a download error. And there's an install error for that cumulative update. I'm guessing this. I wonder if this is why she originally reached out to them, is because of an update error.
Ran Israel said Microsoft Defender and Windows Defender are two different things.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that even as I was saying that. Microsoft Defender is a paid product that business organizations would use, and has more centralized capability. I've never actually worked with it, so yeah. But is that a product that would be recommended for an individual's computer? I'm not quite sure. Yeah, we just saw Windows 11 because it showed us 23H2. Here's some more of the conversation. Yes, I will inform you about some steps after starting it. I have initiated the download. The ISO file will be downloaded on the desktop as windows.iso. You just need to run the setup file in it. I'm sure that you can run the setup file. Just follow these steps. That would be all. And this is Saeed she's talking to now at 8:15 p.m. Yeah, Jim, I agree with that. Microsoft, well, they didn't call her. She called them first, and then she indicated that they called her from a particular phone number. And I'm going to take who called who with a little bit of a grain of salt, but she did say that she went to their website and called a phone number from a Microsoft website. Then this next one, an agent will be with you in a moment. Saeed, thank you for contacting Microsoft support. To best ensure your support experience, stay something active, switching browsers, shifting focus, something. Kindly provide your phone number with country code chat. So this is where they got her phone number. May I know since when you were facing this issue? And Jody says, Leslie helped me early for quite a while. Something causing all kind of trouble. Have you made any changes in the computer? All right, let's start. Now she's working with Fidel. at 8:53 p.m. All right, kindly restart your PC. Follow the rejoin link to reconnect and reopen the quick assist to reconnect with the quick assist. A little touchy on my phone here, trying to get to the right screen. Okay, here's the next one. And this is Jody's conversation on the right. Okay, no, just so I understand, I need to wait to complete the updates and then option to install. Fidel says precisely correct. Jody says, gotcha, I'm good. Thank again. Take care and stay safe. Fidel, appreciate it. Always appreciate it. Thanks you very much. You too as well. Your feedback is important to us. Please stay in the chat window and tell us about your experience. And thank you again for contacting Microsoft Support, your case number such and such. Wishing you well in these uncertain times. Jody says, you're welcome. Thank you. I give you a good review too. It seems highly irregular. I don't quite know what to think yet.
Hey, Doug?
Yeah.
She did initiate the call, correct?
Yeah.
Originally. Okay.
She did.
Yeah.
How she initiated it to a phone number that she believes she got from the Microsoft website. My only attempts at calling Microsoft for assistance has been back. Oh, I had done it on a couple of servers and it costs money to do that.
They actually do offer support now.
Do they? All right.
If you buy it retail, not if you get it from the manufacturer. I mean, they tell you to go to Dell, but they do offer service if you say you bought it at Best Buy, Windows 10 or 11.
Yeah, I believe this was Best Buy, and she asked if she should go back to Best Buy with this issue. So I'm sure she did buy it from Best Buy.
And I will say this quite politically. The names that are coming up would not surprise me to be first level Microsoft support.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling that myself. I'm starting to feel like this may be legit.
A lot of their senior developers, those names, I mean, I've met names like that, so that's not an issue.
Sure.
For people asking that question.
Sure.
They are the #2 leader of H-1B visas in America right now, so it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, and since they haven't asked for money, I'm starting to feel along those lines.
Ran Israel said her phone number was exposed on screen.
Yeah, but please don't announce that. Jeez, really? Now you're gonna make me. I'm gonna have to edit the video because you announced that. Don't announce that. You can send me an email. I knew that. All right, let me get my head back in this.
And one more quick comment. Remember, it's level 1 support, I imagine.
Well, she's been through like.
said maybe she opened a ticket on Microsoft Support.
Well, yeah, we saw a ticket number, and she's been through like 6 different names. I think we've seen so far.
I'm surprised if it is Microsoft, though, I'm surprised they haven't asked her, is there anything on there you need? No, Nuke and Pave. I mean,
Well, actually, we may not have seen that because she's given me pictures that she took at the time. It's possible she communicated that to them without us seeing a picture of that.
No, but I mean, that they have 4 or 5 people calling, that seems wild.
Yeah. Why did they get Why did she get escalated that much? We don't quite know what the original complaint was.
It doesn't look like, I mean, to be honest, the answers I've read, I've only been watching for about 5 minutes fast forwarding. but it doesn't seem like those are escalated answers. I'm thinking your level 1 support, all of them, just different people.
All right.
I mean, that's, you know, maybe it's a dig, but
Zvi Manor said so they called her back because of the ticket.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's for some reason they referred her on to other people.
what was the original problem? Do you know?
No,
Or
I
what did
just
she
I just
complain
said
about?
we don't know that. The
Oh,
only
you don't? I thought she
no,
told you.
the only thing
Oh.
that we know from the pictures is a failed update.
Oh, okay.
And when she first called on the phone this morning, I'm trying to remember specifically what yeah, because she was basically talking to me from the end of the experience. I don't know that she ever really said why she originally contacted them, except that she did reassert upon my questioning that she found the phone number from their Microsoft website and called them. Bring this to our notes. If you get disconnected, and then here's here's a link that they gave her for reconnecting with them, and this looks legit. For bringing this to our notice, I'll do my best to get help. You disconnect if you get disconnected from the session, and it gives support.microsoft.com and a URL. I'm really feeling like this is legit. And then here's a picture of what the computer is at now. So that's the out-of-box experience. We can't tell from this if this was installing on top of the existing installation. I think it was, because they put the ISO file on the desktop. That was going to be performing an upgrade installation, which could be a reasonable approach to fix an update that's not working.
Zvi Manor said update KB 5034441 failed.
Yeah, that's the that was the update that failed in those photos. Were you able to hear that, speaker bot, Gary?
Yes.
All right. All right. What's going on here? My chat window's a little weird. It's got this black line around it. That's new. Yeah, I'm thinking we go ahead and start it up and see what happens. Oh no, it wasn't. That's not the number. I specifically looked at the KB number. That's not the one that failed. Go back to that. Unless I missed that somewhere, because we know the solution for that. Yeah, here's the place where it showed a download error. Oh, but that doesn't actually have a KB number. This one has a KB number. It's not the 4000 or whatever that was. Yeah, we don't get a KB number there. But I don't think that was 23H2. I think that update was an update on top of 22. So Savi, why are you saying 5034441? Did you see that somewhere in those photos? No, it's my mistake.
Zvi Manor said my mistake.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing when that when I saw an update failed. If she didn't initiate the call, there's no reason to call her. Yeah, she did initiate the call, and I'm really thinking that it's legit. And that makes sense what Gary said about a retail purchase, that they'll do support. That
Yeah.
sounds familiar.
And I mean, I've heard from people at work, you know, because we'll give a hint if they call the help desk, but basically we tell them to call Microsoft if it's personal computer.
Oh, okay.
You know, people working from home will say junior, you know, especially it's summertime now, you know, gaming machine. It's like, no, don't work that way. Or people spend half the time fielding those calls, which they don't answer, but you know.
All right, well, I'm working to get this connected to my capture device, and we'll see where we get with this. If this is just going through the out-of-box experience and then the updates work, I think we're going to be good to go. Let's consider this. I'm going to, well, we know it's going to come up to that out-of-box experience, or we're pretty sure of it. Oh, I see. I can hide it that way if I need to. Now let's see. I haven't used that capture for a while. Am I on the right one? Yes, I am. AP monitor report.
You're an out-of-box experience behind you.
Is there? Yeah. Oh, that's the wrong HDMI cable. It's not my capture device. That's one of my desk monitors. And you know what? I've seen sometimes where I can't get an HDMI port to work until we get to Windows. That may be what's going on there.
Jim
Yeah, Jim's
KJ3N
saying the
said
same
not going to
thing.
get the capture to work until the drivers are loaded.
I've had some laptops in the past where I was able to do that, and apparently they had a different way of directing output. And I think that was back in the days of VGA ports on laptops. I don't think I've been able to do that for a long time. Now the touchpad is not functional at all, and that's why they were telling her to go buy a mouse. And the keyboard is not responsive.
Now that's weird.
Yeah.
Probably because the serial driver, if they're using both on the same serial channel.
All right.
You know, hey Doug, do you know any of the specs on that computer?
Not yet.
Okay.
Now I got the mouse woke up. I can get some information visually on the computer, and the keyboard's working. So I plugged in wireless keyboard and mouse, and it's working. It's a Lenovo laptop. Got a sticker for Intel Core i3. IdeaPad 3. More information coming. Yeah, I know. Microphone, magnifying glass.
Jim made a comment about an i3.
Oh. Normal end user here. 3 is fine. Model 15 ITL6. Be great for somebody to type that out into the chat. Serial number PF, as in Papa Foxtrot, 4 Hotel Charlie 9 Zulu November.
Jim KJ3. And said normals will be the death of us all.
All right. United States, clicking yes. Right, keyboard US, yes. Skip a second keyboard. Let's connect you to a network. Well, that's curious. It's not giving me an opportunity to connect to Wi-Fi. Trying the airplane mode key. No response. There is no Ethernet port. Got a USB hub, USB-C hub. It does have a USB-C port, and this hub has an Ethernet jack. I do not know if that'll work before we're actually in Windows. Greg M., yes, this is the computer that was having the issues that I showed the photos. I'm not watching chat very close, so if there's something I should respond to where somebody has not used SpeakerBot, please do so. Ah, yeah, that worked. I would have been very reluctant to do that if my persuasion was along the lines that I think that this was a scammer. Be reluctant to connect it to my network.
Rand put in the information from the computer.
Oh, good. Thank
The
you,
link.
Rand. The link. Yeah, I see that. All right, next.
Darren Gilholm said, "Hi, everyone."
Hello, Darren. Checking for updates. Make sure you have the latest. Oh, Rand says the specifications say it came with Windows 11 S mode.
Darren Gilholm said, "Thanks."
Certainly. Updates are underway. Correct, Tim. That's easy to turn off. Oh, we got name your device. That does not sound like an upgrade install. I'm going to skip for now. Now, for those who didn't catch this, there is nothing important on this computer that she cares about. If we wind up with a fresh install, that's fine with her.
If it's asking your device, I think you already had a fresh install.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But the strange thing about that is I didn't think you could do that with an ISO just saved to the desktop, because there was no USB involved. There was no thumb drive involved.
I don't think that ISO that you would normally download is called Windows.iso, so they might be a kind of a maintenance thing that they got set up if it's them, assuming
Okay.
it is.
So, and it very well could be that she told them that there's nothing on the computer that she cares about, and they opted for doing a fresh install. Got unlock your Microsoft experience. It's wanting me to sign in. So we need, let's see, how about we do Shift F10? Can I get that from here? Control Shift F10? What is it? I'm probably too far already.
Jim, they downloaded ISO to her called Windows.iso. That's what she did.
Yeah, you can mount an ISO from within Windows, but can you do a fresh install from that? A complete fresh install. You know, now they didn't delete any partitions, because they would have had to talk her. She would have had to have a functioning mouse and keyboard to get to that point.
So, it could be doing in the background and not telling you.
If you run setup from within Windows, that's going to automatically do an upgrade install. You cannot do a custom fresh install when you launch setup from within Windows that I'm aware of. Unless they're...
I'm suggesting they may have something that...
Yeah, right. And one way to accomplish that would be a RAM drive, but it has... A RAM drive won't survive a power off.
Well, they could load it to the recovery partition and install from there, because that's what they do normally.
Yeah, okay, all right. That could be.
Possibly. I mean, you know, we see when you get farther.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised. I'm wondering what they put on it if it came with Windows S.
We don't know how long ago she... Well, yeah, we do know a little bit. She said it's out of warranty. So she's had it for a while. If this was an in-place upgrade, then we wouldn't have been asked for the computer name. All right, there's a desktop. I did not sign into a Microsoft account. Wait a minute. Can I rewind into DVR mode? Yes, I can. What happened when I got to that screen about a S mode?
Whoops.
So I don't want to leave that on. You'll get...
Well, it looks like you're still building it, because on that the screen asks you to pick your options. You're not on yet.
Well, I saw the desktop with a couple icons, and I saw the taskbar. I'm going to try escape. Yeah, it's still at this sign in window. Alt F4. No. Oh, but that keyboard's not working.
I will say the keyboard not working, but USB is. That's weird.
Yeah.
And a USB keyboard working.
Well, a wireless USB keyboard, yeah.
No, a receiver also. There you go.
Yeah, see, I can use the tab key on the keyboard to tab around. When I was trying to do Shift F10, that was on the laptop's keyboard, which does... Oh, yeah, I got a DOS window. All right. So I'm thinking this is Windows 11 Home or S mode. It's not Windows 11 Pro, because we would have had the opportunity to say that we were using it for business and then choose logging into domain and be able to do a local account. Oh, help me out, somebody. What's the command I need to do at DOS here too?
OOBE.
Yeah, OOBE. Whoops, wrong
/
keyboard.
bypass NRO.
All right.
Rand says there's still 3 months of warranty still left.
Oh. Well, that might
according
be
to the website.
that might be Lenovo warranty, but not Best Buy.
That's weird.
OOBE what?
OOBE / bypass Nancy Robert. I'm not letter O. I'm not a pilot.
Yeah, well, you kind of said that it's not ISNRO, right?
Bypass NRO.
Bypass NRO. Yeah, okay. Bypass NRO. I never do this because I'm buying all pros and it's easy to do a local account. So that's it, right? OOBE bypass NRO. Do I have a capture yet? Oh, I do have capture. There we go.
Jim's got it in there.
All right, thank you.
With no space, they say. I've done it with space, but okay.
Oh, no space? Really? That's weird. I'll take his word for it because he doesn't. No, it doesn't. Doesn't recognize that as a program. Oh, do I have to maybe go to a different folder? No, it's not working. OOBE.
Official Tim Tech said, "Yay, capture is working now. I am so happy."
Oh, I got a forward slash instead of a backslash. No.
I think they got rid of that. But to be honest, I haven't had it. OOBE is not working in this version.
Yeah, I think you got it there. I do know that if you're doing, I have tested this, where if you're doing a fresh install and you do the Shift F10 before it copies files to the drive, then it's not going to work because that's not the actual installed Windows yet. It will let you do the command. It'll look like it's working, but you have to wait until the files are actually copied. Rick Lakes also says, I think they stopped that from working. Yeah, so the touchpad on the computer is working now. Add your Microsoft account. Let's see, sign in options. There's face fingerprint, forgot username. So at this point, if it's Pro edition on sign in options, you can say that it's for business and that you're going to connect to a domain controller. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and sign this into my account so that we can move forward with this. Let's see. I wonder, I bet she has.
Read chat, please.
Microsoft account. Yeah, okay, Wintermute OBE Windows System 32 folder. Let's take a look at that.
That should work. And then reboot. It's good.
There. Well, I was in the System 32 folder.
Put no space and a backward slash.
Oh, okay.
OOBE.
I did not try that. I'm doing
no
the
space.
Directory OOBE. Wow. I didn't come up with all that. OOBE-maintenance is an executable, but there is no program file OOBE.
No, just CD OOBE.
Oh, there is. It's a folder.
Right.
Oh, all right.
Bypass NRO should run. Just type bypass NRO.
Oh, that's why no space, because you're actually accessing from the OOBE folder. Ah, that's it. I never actually realized that. I thought the command was OOBE, but it was a folder. Ah, all right. And Jim says it's been a while since he's done it. Yeah, so with no space, that makes total sense if OOBE is a folder, which it is. Did not know that.
I have actually never done it, so.
Yeah, yeah, I've rarely done it.
But here's what it does. I just posted it in chat.
Okay. Oh, it adds a registry bypass NRR. Well, that makes total sense. Okay, now we're back to choosing the country. You know what? I can face this way. With, yeah, that mouse. That off. I'll make this in a bigger window so that I can see better. Popping out the OBS window so that I can see that computer screen larger. United States, yes. US, yes. Second keyboard, skip. I wonder how many other people out there that are saying OOBE no longer works have actually also been doing it the wrong way. Name your device, I'll skip that. Unlock. Oh, it took me to sign in. Oh, well, wait a minute. Are we still, is that method not working?
I think it's going to actually create a user ID.
Here's sign in email, sign in options. What about using the other techniques of like just putting in a name? Account doesn't exist, get a new one, create, sign in, back button. No. a@a.com. And just put in a bogus password. Something went wrong. And I don't remember if it's left arrow or next from here.
Hit next.
Next.
Yeah, okay.
What
are the sign-in options again?
All right, let me just hit this 3 times around.
Zvi Manor said, now restart.
Now restart?
Yeah.
Really? I'm sure Zvi's, I'm pretty sure Zvi goes through this often enough.
Yes, affirmative.
He says yes. So restart, any particular method I should use to restart? Control-Alt-Delete, force power off. Is there any place to bail on the install?
Before you do that, let me see sign-in options, if you would.
Oh, sign-in options?
Yeah. I wonder what that means. The
Zvi
bottom
Manor
one.
said with the power button.
All right, I hear you, Z. What are you saying, Gary?
Why does it say forgot my username?
Well,
not my email.
That's going to do a recover for your username, and you got to put in your email. Put in your email or phone number.
That could possibly recover her settings and you be done with it.
I don't think so.
No,
Well,
that looks to me like it's just going to recover the.
Actually, if you I've never done this. If you get down, do a shift F10, get back to a DOS again, or a command window, can you see if her user information is still there? See if the user directory is still there that she had before. I'm sure it isn't. But
Yeah, so we're currently default user 0.
no, but
Yeah, I'm
backslash.
going there. I'm going there.
Sorry. Yeah.
No, just default user in public is all we have.
Yeah, that's what I thought. They wiped it.
Yeah.
What does it say? What version it is now?
Oh, go back to that.
This
Can I do WinVer from? Whoops. Did I do anything?
Down there at this point.
Yeah, WinVer shows 23H2. Windows 11 Home does not say S mode. We should be able to see S mode at this point. I think it shows up in that paragraph.
Read chat, please.
A lot of the old methods don't work with Home. Might still work with Pro. Well, with Pro, you don't need any of the methods with Pro. Just say you're using it for business. Say you're going to sign into a domain. And even while you're connected to the internet, you can use a local user account. Super easy. Oh, Funseeker, you recently asked for chat room approval. Welcome, good to see you. Funseeker, is that your first comment? Let's go see. Inquiring minds want to know. Oh, Funseeker has got a couple others, so I gotta see a little bit more from you. It says, hi everyone at 11:35. Oh, it's just those two. I saw 4 things for fun, so there's something else. Function and who else? Have fun, Ken Stout. Yeah, welcome. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. When I last did it, I was not connected to the network. When you last did what? Set up a Windows 11 Home? Windows 11 Home, yeah, you can't do business domain with Home. Now, this is also 23H2, so a lot of computers still coming with 22H2. So perhaps some of the methods still work when you get a computer with that. Mr. Funseeker says OOBE when he last did OOBE. I'm tired of fussing with this. I'm just going to sign in with my account and then unwrap that as needed. I've been through unwrapping that before. Unwinding that. Is the computer disconnected from the network? No, it's connected to Ethernet. We couldn't get to this point without being connected to the network. Oh, how about OOBE and disconnected from the network? Just disconnecting now.
Zvimana said, I saw the solution at Cyber CPU Tech Channel.
I saw the solution. Has he given us the solution that he's referring to yet? I don't think so. Are we standing by for you to give us something else? Oh, the power button, because he still says the power button is the way to go. They haven't done that yet.
Zvmanor said I told you to restart.
Yeah, that's what he's waiting for, is restart. Okay, let's go there. And he said with the power button. Now, previously when I pressed the power button, it just did a sleep. So I'm going to hold it down. Power light is still on. Power light went off after a couple seconds, but I'm going to keep holding it down longer. pretty sure I've exceeded 10 seconds. Never did hear any extra shutdown.
Arnold Albert said also, disconnect from ETH or Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I never did get it connected to Wi-Fi.
Read chat, please.
OOB bypass NRO works when the machine is offline. Yeah, because we did have it connected to the internet at the time that we did that. So perhaps maybe that's the trouble. Hello, Jim.
I do. Looks like I'm going to have to set up some experiments with home.
Well, then are you going to do all the variations of home? 22H2, 23H2?
No, I'm going to do what's supposed to be the current 23H2.
All right.
Version 2.
Now,
It's called,
I'm thinking version what?
It's 23H2 version 2 if you download it from Microsoft.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I'm thinking we need a Shift F10 now that it is disconnected from the network. And OOB, I got to position the mouse right, so we'll type. Why is that not working? OOBE / bypass NRO. Yeah. Then
Let's see if we get it to work.
This is the name of I just downloaded this, 3 days ago from Microsoft.
You just downloaded this. Oh, 23H2 English x64 with a V2 on the end of it. All right.
I'm trying to think if I have. No, I think I have that downloaded. I might have an older 22H2. Maybe an older 23H2 for that matter. They changed something recently, so that's why it's version 2.
Okay, United States, this is after bypass NRO, and it restarted. So this is when we think it's going to come up with a local user account. Okay, now here we did not see this before. I'm going to say I don't have internet.
Don't connect. Yeah.
Yeah,
there you
don't
go.
have internet.
That's it.
We did not.
So it still works.
We never got to this screen on the previous rounds. So
Yeah,
this
it
is
still works. The trick is to not have it connected to anything.
Yeah, continued with limited setup.
There you go. So it still works.
Because I'm not one of the cool kids. Okay, good. Good. We'll put her name in. I have no idea if she signs in with a Microsoft account. She might be. In which case, I'll fix that up with her later. Laptop, I typically do find my device on. I don't include optional data or inking or typing. And I usually leave tailored and advertising on. Don't get all upset with me, people.
We actually have a guy who put together a letter at work. It's got more time than God. And you get more ads with it off than with it on.
Well, yeah, and that is one of the reasons why I go ahead and let it happen, and you're going to get less relevant ads. I mean, if you're going to see ads,
you search shoes, they're going to hit you with shoes every day, but they're not going to hit you with dresses.
Yeah.
They don't know what you want. They'll hit you with everything.
Zivi Manor said, a new version is expected to arrive next month, 24H2.
Yeah, it's about the right time for it.
We'll see.
Actually, I have heard, I have not done it, but in Windows 11, they have a recover that does download like 6 gig and redoes everything and keeps all your settings.
Yes, I've heard of that too.
I have not used it, but I've heard people that it worked say that it actually fixes a pretty corrupt machine.
I have done it. You're referring to reset this PC and keep your programs and data?
Yeah, but they got a new recover. I don't know if you've tried the one that's semi-current.
Oh, I haven't tried it recently, no. All right, so we'll get reconnected. I'm questioning myself in my mind now. Do I have any doubt at all that she was talking to legit Microsoft? I'm thinking she was.
Yeah, looks that way.
I would say we'll run updates and see how bad it is.
Oh,
see
yeah.
what's impacted there.
Now I go into update settings. It usually does not automatically start a check for updates. Take a little bit look around what we have currently. There are driver updates installed today.
Yeah.
Other updates successfully installed today. Quality update showing, yeah, this one installed today. And that was July. The July update doesn't say cumulative update. So we'll check for updates.
So they do have a monthly they put together for her. It looks like. Came with the July updates. There you go.
Well, it did check for updates.
Yeah, I'm looking at the screen.
Okay. Clean up to security intelligence A6. There's a July cumulative.
Yeah.
Dog put a KB number. Is that the one that was shown in the photos of as having failed? I don't think that was it.
There was a .NET framework thing that had a KB number associated with it that failed.
Yeah,
and then there was some sort of Windows update that supposedly beyond that failed.
Yeah, without a KB number.
Right.
Well, it wasn't showing us a KB number. Okay, I see that, Dog.
That's for Windows 10. She's on 11.
What's for Windows 10?
The KB he put in.
Oh. Yeah, he says later that it's not important. I bring it up because it's the next feature update. It fixes some odd printing problems. I think that's an update that his computer is has pending, maybe. Well, here's another screenshot from Jody. Yes. I don't quite understand it though. I'm going to bring it up on screen. Okay, here it is. She says, this is the page I used to access them. It's showing a screenshot, what looks like to be cell phone aspect ratio. Asking for email, phone, or Skype. No account, create one. Next, sign in options. Yeah, this doesn't show how she got to this, but that looks like she's accessing it through her phone. I think that photo was her method of showing me how she originally got their phone number, which there's no phone number there.
Let's see. I want to address something here. Long Dog, if you purchase a machine with 11 on it, especially if it's an OEM machine, you decide to wipe it and put 10 on it, the key that's embedded in the BIOS should still work.
You want to go back to Windows 10. Yeah, the Windows 11 key that came with the computer should let you install the same edition of Windows 10, meaning Home for Home, Pro for Pro. Do I have to purchase a new copy? No, you should be able to just download the Windows 10 ISO and install it. Just got to be sure you well, actually, if the key's already embedded, you just run the install and it'll automatically pick up Home or Pro.
Yes, it will.
You don't have to choose it.
I remember the first time I ran into that, I was like, wait a minute, where's the screen where
Right. Yeah.
Like, I did I miss something? And then when the machine finally came up and it was to the desktop, I went and checked the activation and it's activated. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now Jeff says, I think you might for a pre-built. I don't think anything is being sold with downgrade capability right now. I don't think that's correct. I understand the concern because in the past you could buy a computer with upgrade or downgradable from one operating system to another. But since they went to digital licensing, I think that was out the window. I think once they went digital licensing, that digital license will work for 10 or 11 either direction.
Oh, and also, by the way, if you also custom build your machine and buy one of those OEM keys, it can bounce between 10 and 11 and it won't matter.
Yeah,
I've done that several times.
Yes. The one place where it is specific is if you're that video that I have that's still getting a lot of attention, where you're upgrading from a home edition to a pro edition, there's that temporary key that you have to use, and they are different.
Didn't have a Microsoft key in BIOS.
Hang on. They are different based upon Windows 10 or Windows 11. You have to use the temporary key for the 10 or 11 based upon what you're using. Those are not interchangeable because I tried. And I had somebody make a comment on that video that also had that trouble. Now let's get back here. Why is this screen dark? Timed out. Yeah, went to sleep. Where it's at now is 69% of the cumulative update. Going from 11 to 10, you should do backup of all the drivers, should work with 10. It's probably not a bad idea, but I kind of don't think that that's necessary.
I don't know. I would do it just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, seems like a safe thing to do. Mr. Funseeker, you have demonstrated yourself as Naughty Troll. So, because of that, we're going to make you a moderator. There you go. That makes it blue. Not sad, just blue.
You never know. He might be sad. He might be blue.
Does this channel never save somebody from doing something we might
No.
be sorry about? No. When Microsoft might.
Greg M said I used the MSHP app yesterday at a client yesterday and it installed LaserJet driver easy peasy.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking I'm having good feelings for the HP printer app. Kicking and screaming. I don't want to admit that it's okay because I fought it so long.
Ren Israel said the CAMC keys for Win 10 and Win 11 are identical for the same editions.
Well, that's interesting. But there'd be different between Home and Pro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but 10 and 11, no. The
10,
the
11,
machine I always used to do the 11 on supported hardware, I would do that. Then I would wipe the drive and I'd reinstall 10. And as soon as I connected it up to the internet, the license was there. And it didn't matter. I did that so many times I can't count.
Yeah. Mr. Funseeker, you're welcome. I hope to see you around here very, very often. Okay, see where we're at. Pending restart. Yep, everything is completed. Switch to the right mouse. There are topics in the description of the video. I put in this topic just 1 minute before showtime. As topic number 2 was for I called it a virus infected or virus victim computer, something like that, which wrong. Not that.
No, seems to be legit.
Yeah, scam victims computer on desk. No, not a scam victim. Suspected, alleged. Maybe I could change that. Suspected, because anyone watching the video, nobody ever reads the description before watching the video, right?
What are you out of your mind?
Suspected.
Okay,
Scam.
I'm curious about number 6. Did you do that at some point? Is that a leftover or something?
No, I haven't told the story. Yeah, this is where a client contacted me.
Read chat, please.
I'll come to you in just a moment. The client story: deleted desktop icons returned due to an ignored OneDrive confirmation prompt. So the story there was, client called me, said they deleted a bunch of icons and they came back. And it turned out if you have OneDrive active, this is one of the nuances of OneDrive. A lot of people just hate on it because they don't take the time to learn it, including end users. When you delete a bunch of stuff, you'll get a prompt saying that deleted items, it's waiting for you to click OK or cancel, informing you that these items you just deleted will be deleted on all of your devices that are configured for that OneDrive account. It's not worded that way. I'm paraphrasing it. But it wants you to confirm that you understand that you're deleting this for all your devices that share that OneDrive account. If you don't click it, if you just ignore that, then it's going to time out and it's going to bring back all those things that you deleted. And that's what happened here. So I just explained that to her. I think it was a her. It seems like a while ago now.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah. That I don't remember whether it's a her or how OneDrive works. What was the funny part, Jim?
Print to PDF, Greg.
Okay, print to PDF is the next
What's
story.
number 11?
Resolution of legal pleading and vertical. No, I don't think that's the one. Did you mean 12? Because that's the one. Oh, no, that's saving.
I think you wanted the one you fixed the law office, and I think you printed the PDF,
yes,
wasn't it?
yes. I did explain that one yesterday. Resolution. Oh, I changed this to say resolution of legal pleading just to, in case people weren't watching that yesterday. The situation that I told of Thursday morning that I was going to be working on Thursday about legal pleadings in a vertical market law office software where when they go to print the legal pleading, it would not print at all. Nothing would print. And that was across multiple different computers. It was across 2 different offices. That was across multiple different printers. However, there was one computer, and there might be more than one, but one that we know of that half of their attempts to print would work. Now, when they try to print, there would be a page counter. We would show the page numbers as it's sending it to the print queue. The print job would always go to the print queue on this one computer if they saw the page numbers displaying as it was printing. Sometimes it would actually come out at the printer. And because of that, anytime that they needed to print a legal pleading, the staff people would go to that computer and have that user print out their legal pleading. When I found out that they've been doing that for years, why haven't you been complaining? How are you putting up with that? Because I assumed incorrectly that they were printing legal pleadings often in a law office. No, they aren't, because most legal pleadings are filed electronically. And that vertical market law office software will just automatically send them and file them with the EAMS, EAMS is I think the site that happens through. So it's rare that they actually have to print. In this new small office that recently opened up, they are printing all of their legal pleadings because they are doing workers' comp cases and they are filing with the Workers' Compensation Board, Appeals Board. It's not one of the courts that require electronic filings.
No, but they do take electronic. Excuse me for interrupting.
Yeah, I was just getting to that. They do take electronics, but it takes there's some processing time to be able to set that up with them. There's some fees involved, and they just describe them as hoops to jump through. They will probably wind up doing that. But right now, they just have a handful of cases. Not many of them need a legal pleading filed right now, so it's not a big deal for them to hand carry them. So
I don't think our legal department owns any pens or pencils anymore.
Yeah.
At work.
Well, they own printers.
Yep.
They don't need pens and pencils even for they print a legal pleading.
They e-sign. We don't do any paper.
Oh yeah, okay.
They're
not. Yeah. So they will need a pen to maybe sign something. But now the solution then was to show the user how to use the Microsoft Print to PDF printer. That allows you to select a location, put in a file name to save it to your desktop. Then you can open it in Adobe Acrobat PDF or Microsoft Edge PDF and print it from there, and it works fine. She was very happy with that solution, so I'm not pursuing that issue any further.
I actually think that's a programming problem, not a computer problem, though.
That's a what?
I think that's a programming problem on the software they're using.
I think so too. I think the vertical market software developer, he's a one-person operation. I think that, and when you display it on screen, you see two less than symbols, and then the word pleading paper, and then 2 greater than symbols. That code on the document somehow is supposed to trigger a legal pleading to be merged with the text that they see on screen. Within the software, they never actually see the pleading on screen, not even in print preview. It somehow gets merged with the document at the time that it's sent to the printer. And I think it's somehow with how this software interacts with Windows printer drivers. And I think it was around the time, in fact, it was 2017 when it first appeared in my notes that they had a problem with it. And I'm guessing that it was around the time of this Office upgrading to Windows 10 that the problem became apparent.
They do not have a Techland software, I assume.
Say again?
They do not have Westlaw for that.
No, that's not Westlaw. That's a much smaller product. Like I said, it's a single person operation, owner, operator, developer.
Yeah.
And he might be using subcontractors for development. I don't know. But I think the part about merging that legal pleading, he's using somebody else's tool for that. And it's broken or hasn't been updated. Perhaps since the transition to electronic filings. I haven't questioned that any further. I don't need to, don't care. I got a successful solution for the client's happy, so we move along. Lawn Dog, I'm not going to try to catch up with all of your stuff now unless you point out something in particular. Greg missed the Friday show, so he didn't hear that description. My eyes are just rambling around, not focusing on anything really. Were there any questions in chat? Did anyone bring up something that we should be looking at, talking about? Is there any other interests in my subjects that are identified in the description? If I ever do go...
I got one if you got a minute.
Go ahead, sure.
I have the answer, but I want to see if anybody's got the answer. My granddaughter, which she didn't need it, but she bought a 27-inch monitor, gaming RBG, red, green, blue, keyboard, mouse, Razer mouse, keyboard, headphones for $300. Oh, they threw in a i7 1300HX laptop for $300 because they, quote, bricked the laptop on a BIOS update. Okay. My granddaughter grabbed it like immediately because it booted up into BIOS, but it would not run Windows. It is a Acer Helos, I'll say it wrong, laptop, Predator, Helos, whatever.
Helios, Helios?
Helios, it's Helios.
Thank you. Whatever. Yeah, I mean, I'm not an Acer person, but anyway, it'll go in the BIOS. Oh, she fixed it, but it got bricked on the update of the BIOS, but it didn't get bricked because you go into BIOS, so it's not bricked. It will not go into Windows. Any clues? It's one of my pet peeves. If anybody remembers my pet peeves on starting. Matter of fact, you could have had this problem on this Windows machine. You just did it. It's an Intel laptop, obviously.
Oh, Christ.
Well, I mean,
and there's no boot device in Windows.
No boot device in Windows, or you can't get into Windows to even say that. It sounds like it's not recognizing the hard drive, or it's not recognizing something about the configuration, because it could be the...
No, don't tell me it's the rapid storage crap.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
they
what I was...
took it to
yeah, how did I know that?
They took it to the Geek Squad.
Ah.
And they said it's bricked. Because, now this is the real joke. My granddaughter bought it. She, of course, knew it immediately because it turned BMD on. And she turned it off. Boom, right into Windows.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that in any. As soon as you said Intel and wouldn't boot, that's where my mind went directly to.
It got the blue screen, inaccessible boot device.
Yeah.
So you can get into BIOS. You can get a blue screen. You did not brick the laptop.
Right.
No.
Right.
But ready for the major joke. In the box, It has a Costco receipt from February. She, after went to see if she needed any drivers, she went to Acer. It still has an Acer warranty. And they said, even if you break the BIOS, they'll fix it. You have to send it in.
You started this story with and I was a little distracted. I think you said she bought something. She was given this along for free because it was bricked, and I missed how
Yeah, she got a 27-inch monitor, a gaming headphone, Razer headphone, Razer RGB keyboard and mouse, and then they threw in a laptop for free.
I'm assuming they offered her the laptop and explained that it was bricked.
Right. Well, I mean, she's paid $300 for everything.
All right.
So
who'd she buy? Like, was this eBay or was this from a store? That's the part I probably missed.
It was. I make fun of it. If I do not go. I have a hobby of. I rebuild. I do watches and fountain pens. You do not go to pawn shops in Detroit. I don't mean that as a bad thing, but pawn shops look everything up on eBay. They know what it's cost, so they don't give you a thing. You go to estate sales, which means to me double wide instead of a single wide. There's no real estate sales anymore. It's just people that are stupid as heck. Pardon my being nasty. Yes. So she went to a person's house. They had the garage sale type of thing, estate sale, of course. It wasn't no big estate, and she's like, it's all together. And of course, they said the laptop doesn't work, but it's $300 for the rest of the stuff. And she's playing with it. She goes, I can get into BIOS. She said, oh, it's bricked according to Geek Squad. That's why I brought it up.
All right.
Well,
so they gave everything for $300.
Yeah. First of all, don't take things to Geek Squad.
Well, she didn't.
I understand she didn't. I'm just telling people in general, don't go to Geek Squad.
She's got 6 credits left at U of M for an engineering degree. So.
Okay, let me bring this up on screen. Here's back to my cell phone in the text messaging for Jody. Pressing the microphone button. Your laptop is fixed. You can pick it up.
Did you ever see the page that she used? Because she keeps saying this is the page.
No, really didn't see the page. She sent a photo. There was a photo that says that's how she contacted them, but it's not a website. It just looks like a screenshot from a cell phone. With let's see here. I'll bring this back on screen. It's this right here, where it starts with email, phone, or Skype, and no account, sign in options. It says this is the page I use to access them. So that doesn't make sense to me. And
yeah, that looks like a Microsoft sign on.
Yeah, if that led her to a help button or help phone number, something like that, but there's no URL there. So I don't know.
That looks like just a Microsoft sign in that could have been going into her My Account at Microsoft.
Yeah. Yeah. But it also, we don't see enough to know that was a Microsoft URL. A scammer could come up with that screen design just as well.
That's true.
But I don't think that's what happened mainly because they never did anything that even sounds remotely. I mean, they didn't try to charge her for any kind of a utility product or support or anything.
I have another 2 quick ones. I just hobbies of mine because I got earlier this year. I got a 14900 desktop. I never buy desktops. But it was a white. It was a white computer, and they were trying to sell 5-year-old Dell Octopuses for $600. This they only wanted $400 for it because it was no name, and they didn't know what was in it. The husband and the dad died. She was 70, and she was a professor, and she was smarter than I am. So she told me it was junk. She also sold me a car that had a blown engine. She said because her husband bought a crate motor from GM, and if anybody knows crate motors from GM. He didn't buy it because there was a blown engine. He bought it because he was putting a 512 engine cubic inch engine in a 96 Impala SS. He was an engineer, retired from GM. This was his hobby. His wife had no clue what she's selling. And she's insulting me, saying, you don't get it out of here. Yeah. The engine's worth 20 grand. People just don't. When I die, my wife knows everything I have and how much it's worth. Or vice versa.
Okay. You got to the end of that, right?
Yep.
Gary? All right. So
Thank
let's see where we get. Do I get any response from her yet? No. She was kind of dressed up. Looks like she was going to somewhere, so she might not see that right away. Where are we at? 12:41.
Is she in Fresno also?
Yeah. In fact, when she didn't know where I lived, turned out she was just 3 miles away from me at a friend's location or some other. It might have been some kind of event that she's at in downtown Fresno. I live kind of close to downtown.
Actually, I got a quickie. There is our cars all, and with my Tesla, it also does the self-driving. And if you can put it to go speed limit. Well, I was driving a side street that's right next to a freeway, and there's some construction going on. And in Michigan, our highest speed limit is 70. I wasn't using self-driving on the side road, obviously, but it came up on my speedometer saying speed limit 80.
Because I thought you were on the adjacent road.
But the speed limit in Michigan, it tops out every street is 70. There is no 80.
How could it be 80? All right.
Right.
Your Tesla told you that?
Yeah, but then I said, well, it's my problem. My wife the next day went the same street, same construction, and her GM product said it. Then the day later, she drove the Ford Lightning, and it said 80. So the street is telling us 80.
Yeah,
not the cars.
Must be some bad data out there related to that.
Yeah, so
street.
if you're in self-driving on that area, you're going to go through a construction zone at 80.
I think I've kind of evolved. I don't think I'd really be interested in self-driving, but what I would like is lane keeping. I don't have that.
Oh God, I love and I hate that. But the problem is, you go to McDonald's or something for a pop, you get within, you get to where you get to pay, your car is beeping like crazy, like you're going to hit the thing.
Well, the only time I experienced it was in a rental car, and it didn't beep. Actually, it's probably because I turned on lane keeping on the freeway, and the rest of the time it was turned off. So,
actually, something that people are telling me, the big thing that Ford just did about 3 months ago is they put AM back in all the Lightnings, all the EV trucks,
AM
local
radio?
AM.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
It's a software upgrade, matter of fact, which is what's cool. And it's not on a service. So if I drive, to Grand Rapids, which my wife has driven to Grand Rapids in the truck, and it goes to local radio, just like your old AM in the car.
So I'm picturing going into a car sales lobby, and they ask, do you want the upgrade package to the AM radio?
Well, she just went in one day and it's there. They updated over the Wi-Fi.
Oh.
Because even if you don't pay, the new cars, you can get Wi-Fi where you can use it in the car yourself. In other words, you can hook your laptop up as a hotspot. But the car, if you turn that down, still communicates with the car companies. So if you don't want the GM service, the Ford service, or the Tesla, you're still communicating. That's why if you take your car in for warranty, a couple of car manufacturers right now are turning down warranties going, why did you go 90 in your car and blow your engine?
Let's see. I'm going to go look through the list of topics. Let's see. Dealt with that one. Oh, I do want to talk about this, because this would be useful to get help from me. Because create a Windows automated task for validating backup schedule. I have a office where it's the large law office. I have multiple methods of backups, but one of the backups that has been the most useful, it's a very inexpensive product called Handy Backup, and it just backs up the files to an external drive. Doesn't compress them. They're just very easy to copy off. I've had occasions where when the power's out in the office, I've been able to take those drives, just connect to another computer, not have to deal with any boot disk from a backup software, just copy the files that we need, very quick and easy. The problem with that software is it loses connection randomly to the external drives. The other backup software also backing up to that drive and File Explorer still can see the drive just fine. So it's a problem with that backup software. It's the other backup softwares that I have, they all will back up into a compressed file, and it's very efficient for space, but it's not as convenient to get to the files that I want. So what I'd like to do is figure out a task scheduler task that every day will create a new file in a particular folder that's somehow named for the date, somehow has the current date in the name, so that every day this little tiny batch file is creating a new file in that folder, very small files. And then what I'll do is schedule a backup task to run before the main backup job. And if that backup fails, I want it to, well, that program already can send me emails when that backup fails. It already is doing that. So it can send me emails when a backup doesn't run when it's supposed to, or fails or succeeds. So I'll configure it to just back up that one folder, that tiny little folder, and then send me an email whether it succeeded or failed. That way I get a notification before the nightly backup tries to run. And I can connect remotely and fix the problem. It's easy problem to fix when it doesn't recognize the drive. I just go into disk management, set that external drive to offline, and then set it to online. And that usually makes that backup software see it again. But keep in mind, File Explorer still sees the external drive. The Magnus box still sees the external drive and still succeeds with backing up. It's just this one backup software that somehow is not able to see that external drive. So what I'm looking for, just a simple batch file. And I think all we need to do is like even copy console, copy con, and then somehow use a variable for the name of the file, and then a Control-Z command. I haven't started tinkering with it at all. I'd have to kind of dust off those skills to come up with a way. If anybody can just bam, slam that out, that would be awesome. So it's just a batch file, and then I know how to go into Task Scheduler and schedule that task to run on a daily basis at a particular time. Is there anyone around that can just whip that out and like send it to me as an attachment to this email address? That would be so awesome. Lawn Dog says, Task Scheduler is not like it used to be. You may find it a little tricky to manipulate in the manner that you're expressing. I've still been able to use it. I use it to schedule registry backups, although I haven't been doing that for a little while because I kind of lost the interest in it. But yeah, Task Scheduler is a little finicky, but I've done enough in it that I think I'll be fine with it. Copilot should be able to create that file for you. Ah, sure. Any of the chat bots. Okay. Let's see it. Let's go try that. Let's go try, whatchamacallit here, ChatGPT. Create a batch file that will create a small text file with a name that includes the current date. That was a good idea. Let's see what it comes up with. Get the current date and time. Yeah. See, I would have had to go figure out how to do the variables in a batch file. Date, time. Awesome. I will try that out and let you know probably on Monday how that went. Who gets the points for that? Selden Ball. See, I think that'll be like, I gotta write the number down so I remember what it was. Let's give him 117,113 points for that. Well done, Selden Ball. And if you want to redeem those points, you have to be sure that you qualify under the descriptions that are put into the document that will never be published. And as long as you meet that criteria, then you'll get your reward. Which means never. But you're awarded points. That's worth something. Who came in? Oh, Alex Cheek. Hello, Alex.
Hello, Doug, and everyone else on YouTube. I had a comment about Gary's talking about self-driving Teslas and cars and all that.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I follow quite a few paralyzed people on YouTube and people that have kids that are disabled from birth and whatnot. And one of the guys I follow on YouTube got in contact with this company that they've started prototyping a self-driving electric wheelchair. So the people that don't have any kind of hand function or anything like I do can theoretically just push a few buttons and be able to have the wheelchair drive them around, at least inside like a store or their house or something.
Cool. It sounds like a cool invention.
But
is it
hey,
on?
Doug?
Yeah, Gary.
I'm sorry, just made a quick. I typed in the same query you did, but you use ChatGPT. I use Copilot.
Yeah.
It gave the exact same variables, same name,
really,
same. Created successfully echo. Everything is same. Everything.
That's fascinating.
Same spacing.
I'm gonna go demonstrate that on screen. So I just did a Control-C copy of that, and I know there's an easier way to get to Copilot, but I just keep doing it this way, and then pop that out, and then paste it here. Yeah, so I'm not going to compare that line by line, but just take your word for it that it's the same. Now this piece here, sure, it's a simple batch file script. Did they even reply that the same? Yeah, so
sure, that's a simple batch file script that will create a text file with the current date is and its name.
Yeah, they did do that wording a little different. The Copilot's response, sure, here's a simple batch file script that will create, compared to certainly you can create a batch file to generate a text file. So if at least it's not the same AI that's working for both firms.
Yeah, never know what's under the covers.
Or it might be contractually obligated to word it differently when they're working for the competitor. All right, chat. We're about ready to shut down here. Last call on Greg.
Oh,
all right, go.
I had a quick one that I heard you guys said something. I think it was Tim or Bobby or somebody that had problems with internet connecting.
Oh, Bobby's girlfriend, some brother or something like that. Somebody had a problem with they got a self-install kit for cable internet, and there's no coax outlet in the apartment, and they're complaining about, what was it, $65, something like that, to have a technician come out and install a wall jack. Is that the one you're referring to?
Chris Garrett
Yes.
said last call for HR.
So
What?
what is your comment about it?
Real quick aside, what it sounded like is I have apartments, and you get a main box, like say your neighborhood, and then the boxes are split between the buildings themselves, and then from there, in Michigan, if you have, let's say, Spectrum, Comcast, Huawei, the three that we have in our area, they'll come out and that apartment has never had a cable TV, we're assuming cable, they will run from the one box to that individual unit, one coax cable to the modem is part of the service. And they don't even charge you $65 if you get internet the first time.
Well, I would have suspected that, but I'm assuming that it is Spectrum. We've been told that. Just because you've experienced it one way in your area, does that necessarily mean it's that way for every apartment unit out there?
But yeah, they do have. Well, see here, you can't go in and touch. Now that'd be like going out. You said they split cable between you and your neighbor, or not split it, but there's a box outside.
Right.
You can't hire somebody to go into that box.
No.
That's the thing I don't get.
No.
I don't think. I mean, you got Comcast. I've heard you say you're not allowed to get into that box.
No.
So there's got to be something that outside of that unit or your house. Now inside, you're responsible. If you want it in the living room, not the bedroom, that's your problem.
Yeah. Well, I'm guessing that this apartment complex did not have cable service to the apartments when they moved in, and it needs to be done, and apparently not covered for no cost in their area.
Last thing I'll say, and I got to let you go because I got some stuff going, but I in 2023, we're in 4. You advertise internet. That's like what Luddite society doesn't have internet? No internet here. What part of Appalachia are you? I mean, Alex says fiber. I mean, Sheridan, Arkansas. So I can't imagine.
There's no rhyme or reason. There's places in Fresno that has fiber and others that don't.
But I mean, what apartment in Fresno doesn't have internet though?
Well, they may have AT&T internet historically in that apartment. As far as we know, we don't know how long that internet service company has been servicing that town or that area. They could be new in the region. We don't know all the
fiber now
details behind that.
Again, here, and again, I don't know California or anywhere else, Florida. Well, I do know Florida, to be honest with you, because we just sold our house in Florida. But there's only one cable. They all plug into the same one. We don't have one apartment complex we have. There's 3 different people that offer service there. They all use the same box.
Yeah, well,
the service is key to your modem.
Yeah, that may not be the same in every location. Hey, I want to go ahead and get shut down here. So I'll say thank you to everybody for participating, and I'll look through
Jim
chat messages later.
KJ3N said, like, they tell you at the bar at 2 a.m. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
There you go. Well done. Well said, Jim. All right. And with that, those of you in Zoom, I'll ask you to say goodbye to everybody's.
Bye, Gracie.
Bye.
All right. And thank you for coming into Zoom. I do appreciate it. It's good to have faces in here. And even without faces, good to have you here. All right. Goodbye. And there's out for that. Here's the email address. You can send questions to me by email or put a comment on any of my videos. And let's go get the Brian Lightfoot button over here. Yeah, I don't know that he's even here right now. And you can watch this video to see how to get free support through this YouTube channel. You can watch this video, see how to get paid support from me directly in private sessions. This video to see how to turbocharge your troubleshooting experience by interacting with this channel. And this video is a recent video on my channel that YouTube suggests. Have a great weekend, everybody. Good to see you. Goodbye.